Last fall, I camped out in this area. I was here hunting small game, but I was also here for another purpose, and that was to find a way into this lake right behind me. To my surprise and to my delight, I discovered that moose hunters had cut an ATV trail that led right to the water's edge. It's now summer, and I'm back. I'm gonna fish it, I'm gonna camp out on it, I'm gonna map it out. Come on along. This is a 3-day, 2-night adventure. Welcome to the backcountry. Whew, that breeze feels good. Temperatures are supposed to climb to 28 degrees Celsius today. For a northern boy like me, that is stupid hot. And I know it's hot because Riley already jumped in the water from the shore. Today is not so much the fishing and exploring. That'll be mostly tomorrow. The objective today is just to secure a place to live for the weekend. I'd like to wash off Riley, but it's not going to work. I was thinking of dipping him over the edge, but if he squirms too much, I may end up with a situation. He's gonna have to wait till he dries off. Everything is covered in mud because he has, you see he's dripping wet with silt from the bottom of the lake. I do have my sponge, and that helps a lot. For anybody out there who canoes, bring a sponge with you, because when you want to get rid of water in your canoe, if you have just a little bit, or you want to clean your canoe, a sponge works awesome. So this lake here is visited basically by moose hunters, so that's a couple of weeks in the fall, October. Other than that, there's no sign that anybody comes out here, but I may be surprised and find an established campsite. I'm not holding my breath, but you never know. Down, Riley. Get down. Got another one. What do we have? Yeah, another pike. A little bit better than the last one. Ah, there we go. Yeah, a little bit better than the last one. I don't usually net the pike. I like to grab them on the edge of the boat. But the problem with me doing that today, or right now, is I got Riley right in front of me. And Riley is not overly experienced yet with the fish in the boat. So I don't want him, because he's curious, right? He's still young, and he's curious. And he's going to want to stick his nose in there and see what's going on. And I don't want him getting caught in any hooks. So that's why I've been netting my fish today. Well, obviously I made it on shore. There's not a whole lot of options on this lake, and I brought my hammock specifically because I was anticipating it might be difficult to find a place to pitch a tent on this lake, and it is. I had a hard time finding a place to just drop the canoe, so I'm on a rock here that slopes into the water. It's treacherous because right at the water line, the slime that's on the rock is slippery and it's not on ice. Even Riley, he went in to get his feet wet and he slid in the water and he couldn't get back up. It was just too slippery. In any case, I walked up into the forest and it's a jumbled mess. However, I got the hammock. So I'm gonna take some time. I'm going to go clear some brush out of the way. When I say brush, really it's mostly the twigs off the trees. I'm going to clear an area. I'm going to set up camp, and this is what it's going to be. It's going to be a home, and hopefully I'm probably going to clear some branches so I can get a bit of a view over the lake tonight. So I could do my cooking in campfire just on the rocks here. The option is there to do that. And there's my rig. So the last time I did a hammock camp, and it was the first time ever doing a hammock, and I received a lot of tips and advice from you guys, and appreciate every one of you for giving me advice. And the one thing that kept being repeated that I noticed is continue doing it. It gets easier as you go, and I get it. What happens is you develop a system for yourself, and then it gets easier to set up. And I gotta say right now, this is my second time, and I'm glad I got a hammock, because on this lake there's nowhere to pitch a tent. If I was tarp camping, different story, because then all you need is the size of your body doubled over and you're good to go. But there is nowhere to put a tent on this lake, and so I'm happy I have the hammock. However, man, is it ever a lot of messing around to get that thing in there, get it all set up. This time I got my tarp set up in more of a diamond pattern, and I wanted to capture the wind, which you can see what's happening there. So I got a nice breeze. I cut a few trees down so that the air is flowing through. And tonight what I'm going to do is I'm going to get set up on the shore on a rock for my fire pit. I got a twig stove, so my cooking and all that's going to be down there on the rocks, and then I'm going to come up, and when it's time to turn in for the night, then I'll come up, and then I can take the corner of my tarp, and if I want I can untie it and bring it down and tie it to the base of this tree. Right, it's tied to this tree right here, so I can untie it, tie it to the base of that tree if I want to reduce the amount of wind and breeze coming through the place. I think it'll work out, but I did make a mistake. The last time when I used my hammock, I used a very specific sleep pad, and I used it for a specific reason, and I talked about that in that last video. And I'll put a card at the end of this video to that hammock camping video. It's a catch and cook hammock camping all in one. And the sleep pad that I had worked out perfectly. It gave structure to my hammock, and I brought a different sleep pad on this outing. And oh my god, I think I got cell service. Wow, I got one bar. Blow me away. I can't believe it. I got one bar here. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I brought a different sleep pad because the sleep pad that I brought is much more compact when it's rolled up. So I brought it because I needed to conserve space in my pack sack. And then when I blew it up and put it in here, it doesn't work out in this sleep pad that I brought. Doesn't work out in the hammock. It's a rectangular pad, and it doesn't want to settle into the hammock properly. The other sleep pad that I had rounded corners, and it just gave a perfect structure to everything. So note to self, the next time I'm going to do a hammock, to bring that other sleep pad that has the rounded corners. Regardless, and if it packs down quite large, I have to figure out a way to utilize that and figure out a way to pack it in my gear, even if I got a lot of gear. But we always learn, right? I just finished having a drink. I've been taking some electrolyte supplements this year, so I just finished taking one, and I'm finding that it makes a big difference. All too often I'd be going out in the bush like this, and I'd wake up in the middle of the night with excruciating pain and cramps. My legs would cramp up, and man, it hurts. And what that is the signs of being dehydrated. And I'm quite vigilant on drinking water all the time. All day long I drink water, and it seemed like it just still wasn't enough. So this year I've been using electrolyte supplements, and I'm finding that it works. Although we are experiencing a heat wave here in Ontario across the province, and it was crazy hot today, I still enjoy an evening coffee. Now I haven't yet started on supper, and today's supper is an old favorite, and that is sausage and rice. Earlier in the video I said that I was I felt very fortunate that moose hunters had cut an ATV trail that led right to the water's edge for this lake. But while I was up by the hammock and I was getting some other stuff organized, my camp organized a little bit, I heard the sound of an outboard engine. And right away, oh, what was that, right? I'm alone here. And sure enough, around the bend came two guys in a boat. They were trolling, and they had a string or a pike, and they were completely flabbergasted to see me here. They did not expect to see anybody, just like I never expected to see anybody. So they came over to chat with me. They asked me if I was by myself, and when I told them, yes, I'm here for the weekend camping, I'm completely by myself, they couldn't believe that. They had a hard time wrapping their head around that. They were quite amazed. But long story short, it turns out they are the moose hunters who cut the trail. And the guys are in here today, and there's a creek at the end of the lake that I'm going to go explore tomorrow. And they've been out there into the creek, and they've set out some game cams. So they're moose hunters, they're bow hunters, and this year they have a cow validation tag, which is that's a hard sell when you're a bow hunter. Having a cow tag, you can't call in a cow in September. They're not responsive to any of that, so it makes it extremely difficult to bow hunt for a cow moose. Yeah. So back to my story. They said they've been hunting here for 10 years. So those are the gentlemen that I need to thank those guys. I didn't thank them for making that trail, and I should have. I completely forgot about it. We got carried away with another conversation. However, they were quite surprised to see me here. But good couple of guys out enjoying life. And the moose hunt here in the northern Ontario is a big deal. It's a big deal. I moose hunted for most of my life, actually, and it's a big deal. After checking the rice, and it was almost completely cooked, then I pulled it off the fire and let the moisture that's left over in the pot get absorbed by the rice as it finished cooking. Then I added a couple of packets of butter, a little bit of seasoning, and then the sausage goes in. But you don't want to put too much seasoning because the sausage gives it a lot of flavor. But after a quick taste test, I definitely needed a little bit of salt. So this is a mix. It is a red and brown rice mix, and the sausage is mild. Hi, Riley. Hi. Well, as you can see and hear, can't see it, but you can hear it. It's raining this morning, light rain. And I'm just going to be lazy about it. I'm going to hang out in the hammock and wait for the rain to drop or stop. The winds picked up early this morning, so I got up and I pitched the tarp down to block some of that wind, and then once the wind died down, then the rains came. But now the horizon is clear, so I'm gonna guess I'm probably gonna have rain for, I'm gonna guess, an hour, because the winds are from the north. It chilled down a little bit. About 4 hours ago it really chilled down, which was nice because it was sweltering hot. But for now, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to see if I can doze off a little bit more and just be lazy about it and wake up when the rains are done coming. Guys, I literally just paddled off. I've been on the water like 3 minutes and I got a fish on. And no doubt it's going to be a pike. I think this lake is, as far as pike fishing is concerned, it's going to be very much like Secret Lake, my favorite place to camp out on. Much like the pike I was catching yesterday, size-wise. Alright, I'll give you a quick look. I'm going to work on him and bring it back on when there's more to see. Feisty. Okay, Riley, you have to get underneath. Go underneath. No, go on the other side. Come on, get in there. Go, 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 go. Okay, don't move. Oh, he's a little bit better. I think he's a little bit better than the other ones. So my hopes here today, coming to this lake, was also this creek that I'm in right now. I was hoping this creek would potentially have brookies. But after paddling a little ways in here, there's not a lot of water. It's not fast flowing, it's not cold water, it's not any depth. It doesn't look good. I don't think there'll be any brookies in this creek. But we did see the one platform from those moose hunters. Judging by the looks of that platform, they probably put a ground blind on top of that, and as a shelter and to camo themselves. Maybe there's more, I don't know, but there's at least the one. Right now I'm debating on if I should continue on with my way down this creek, see if there's any deeper pools that could hold fish. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go down a little bit more. The day's still young, so I still have some exploring to do. Maybe be lucky and catch some wildlife. Who knows? I'll keep you posted. Small pike. So I have a bit of a log jam right here. Hang on here, so I can give you a look. I could obviously jump over this and keep on going, but I'm not going to gain anything by doing that. It's going to be much of the same. This is going to be zigzagging through the wilderness. And really it's pointless for me to go any further. There's nothing of great interest here. Others than if I was to see some interesting wildlife, which can still happen. But as far as the fishing is concerned, I came here to investigate this creek. That was the whole point of coming to this lake that I'm camped out on. And excuse me. And I seen what needs to be seen, and there's nothing here worth chasing. Alright, I switched back to my pike, to a pike rig, and this time I'm going with a MEPS number 5, and it has a red and white, which is very indicative to the Daredevil. Very good colors, and I have no doubt it's going to get me something. Man, I got some strong north winds. And now I got a fish on, and I don't know. Whoa, there we go. I couldn't tell if he was a good one because, oh, judging by my drag coming out, he's okay. Anyways, as I was saying, the wind is pushing me back on top of my line, so I didn't get really a chance to wrangle him because I was being pushed into him. Oh yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's good. Come here, big boy. Oh, wrong. No, not you, Riley. There, finally. There we go. Yeah, he's okay. He's the biggest one of the trip so far. Alright, let's get on to something bigger. So I caught some more fish. However, I didn't catch anything bigger than the last one that you've seen. So I'm just gonna leave those other fish out of the video. They were much like the ones I caught yesterday. But now I'm back at camp and it's time to make supper. KD, yeah, there's nothing special about that, but I am making something special because my KD will have extra cheese in the way of Havarti. I got some little individual packets. I'm going to throw that in there to make it extra cheesy. And also as a protein, I have applewood smoked bacon salami. So I'm going to chop up some little pieces, diced up, and I'm going to mix that in there. And sometimes I fry this up prior, but I'm not going to bother today. It's a cured meat, right? You can eat it just like that. And I have another special ingredient. Got some packets of butter. Butter's gonna go in there too, right? But I got something in here. Something is gonna jazz it up a little bit. You ready for this? Yeah, fresh out of the garden. So last year my wife grew hot pepper. It was called scorpion pepper, and I did a dish in the fall where I did a pasta and grouse dish in the bush, and I used that scorpion pepper in there. It was hot and it was good. This year, this is the first one out of the garden. My wife grew this one, and this one is called Ring of Fire. I've never had it, I don't know, but I figure as long as Ring of Fire is not in relations to the ring around my bum hole, I should be okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna chop up the tip. I'm gonna eat it and see. You know what? I'm gonna go. I'm checking my pasta. That's why I'm looking back there. My pasta's already in the bowl there, cooking away. Oh, there it is. Ooh, there it is. Holy moly. I'm gonna keep water handy. Wow, I'm not gonna put a lot of this in there. Yes, son of a gun. Oh. Okay, it's dissipating pretty quick. Yeah, I'm gonna be very sparse putting that stuff into my pasta, I'm telling you. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna pause for a minute. I gotta check on my pasta, and then I'm gonna get started on chopping some of this. Yeah, I could have put a lot more of that hot pepper in there. I was a bit scared, to tell you the truth. Oh, I got a mouthful with a piece of hot pepper in it. Right now I can see it. All right, this is quite good. I'm not feeling the heat of that hot pepper, but that's okay. The rest of that pepper is gonna come home. I'll use it in the kitchen at home doing other stuff. So I'm gonna sit here and finish my supper. Riley, no. Keep your lips away. You keep your lips away. Folks, I've paddled the lake. I fished the lake. I know it's here. I knew it was going to be a bunch of pike. I paddled into that creek. I explored the creek. The creek became a disappointment to me. I was hoping for something nicer in there. I've seen everything there is to see. I'm satisfied with what I've done here. This is another obscure lake in northern Ontario that I got to see and camp out on. And I've decided that I'm going to go home. I'm going to finish my supper. I've already packed away most of my gear. Instead of a 3-day, 2-night adventure, I'm going to pack it in after supper. I'm going to paddle out of here. I should be home late tonight. And as far as you're concerned, I hope you enjoyed your outing here with me. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.